Chapter 38. One of the most difficult tasks facing me during my stay in the ashram is the need to find a clear definition of my new conception of life as such. It seems to be a central point in me, round which everything revolves in the consciousness which is myself. This conception must be final and absolute, as no other one will be acceptable to myself. Out of hundreds of definitions which I have met, not one seemed to give a perfect synthesis. Those which are conditioned must be dropped as false. Those which used to seem abstract a terminology are impossible to put into practice, and they seem to me mere mental acrobatics, good for retired professors of theoretical philosophy, but not for a man who strives for spiritual attainment. Yet I know that there must exist one which will appeal to the depths of my being, and which will provoke neither doubt nor criticism, for it will be in tune with my own inner experience. All who have realized truth as life speak of it with the greatest enthusiasm as the only goal, for the attainment of which everything should be sacrificed, since all else is an illusion. Yet their words seem like beautiful and charming sounds from an unknown instrument. In my search, I had to discard all that is conditioned, limited by name and form. That which remains with no form nor veils must necessarily be life itself. The process of inquiry, chiefly through meditation, has shown me that the more I discard the idea of the reality of the visible, the nearer I feel myself to be to the goal. What are the stages of this process in practice? Of course, it is impossible to describe them in detail, but the general lines are simple enough. Beginning to meditate in utter peace and coolness on the relation of outward objects to myself, I often seem to grasp the truth that they do not mean anything to the self. In this moment dawns a kind of vision of the possibility of existence independent of all conditions. The so-called vision, it is not a strict nor quite suitable word, lasts for a shorter or longer time, depending on the degree of concentration achieved, but its results remain as memory of a thing lasting and a certain beyond the shadow of a doubt. It finds expression in the thought, only consciousness is life. Consciousness unattached to anything, independent of everything. The bare assertion, I am. But this I is not the small self, contained in the transient bodily form with its senses, which is in truth the antithesis of the real self. This I consciousness is nearest to the term often used in modern philosophic literature, cosmic consciousness, or the cosmic self. This consciousness is also an absolute bliss,